been a minute since I've been in cuffs. Don't make them too tight.
Stay down!
Gun! Gun!
So that ending was crazy. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's getting good. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. So, damn. Oh. That was good. Because at the end, Monet gets killed. She gets killed. Now, she went out the Canaan way. Because I was, I wasn't sure. I mean, I had my predictions. I had my ideas. I'm like, I don't know. But she went out the Canaan way. I said, okay, all right. That's good. So, the wedding basically imploded because, Noma and Carter was working together in the beginning where they was like, oh, let's have a plan. So we're gonna have Monet and Tariq and the Russians. They all meet up at Staten Island, right? They all go there, and I guess they take each other out. That was the plan. But then Drew and Diana save Tariq and Monet and inform them that, well, this is what's going on, because it's like Effie basically told Kane when Kane was having this little, bachelorette party, and she told him about what the Russians were doing. It's like, wait, what? And then it was like, oh, it's a setup. And then that's when Tariq comes up with this, this plan to say, well, okay, since they're trying to take us out, let's pretend that we dead. Yo, Tariq garbage. Let me tell y'all something. Hold on, let me tell y'all something. Yo, Tariq garbage, because it's like he get the gun smacked out his hand, right? He can't. And he's bugging out with Davis, talking about I'm Tariq St Patrick. I murdered my own dad. He garbage. Tariq garbage, because it's like he had Carter. I'm like, why are you allowing people to slap the gun out your hand? Like, haven't you heard of 6 feet? Like, what the yo? Because he meets Carter at the church, because it's like Drew tells him about the plan. Like, oh, this is where Carter goes to pray. Okay, they got the plan. So Tariq and Braden and Effie, they all talk, and he's like, well, listen, if you don't want to be on the Carter and Noma, let's just do this, right? So that's when they take out the cameras, because Drew tells Tariq that there's cameras in the church. Because again, this was a problem that I was sort of talking about in the last episode when Tariq and Braden, when they killed the drug dealer Steve, and I'm like, when you think there's like cameras anywhere, like, and they just taking off running, and I'm like, good, at least they added detail into this where it's like, yeah, there's cameras in the church. I said, finally, because it'd be weird if they're just rolling up in there and there's no cameras or anything. So I'm like, good, finally, yes, something. So it's like, okay, they do that, and then Carter takes the gun out his hand and then handcuffs Tariq and put him in the car. So Braden and Effie, they give chase, and then Braden basically, shoves the car, bump the car, and then, Carter crashes, and then they tie up Carter, and then it's like, now Tariq is going to be stuck with a decision on, okay, what should he do? What can he do? And I'm happy that episode 10 is going to be the big finale. I'm kind of happy because I didn't want Carter to die in episode 9, so I'm happy that they're going to do something with him and Noma in episode 10, because it's gonna get crazy. Because I'm like, all right, that they have that, and then Carter's basically telling Tariq, he's just like, oh, what you gonna do, Tariq? Because he's like, if anything happens to him or he doesn't get any word back, he like, New York is gonna burn. All of the police, they're gonna be looking for him, and plus he already told Tariq at the church, he was like, well, I already have video evidence of you killing Zion. You and Braden basically killing Zion. So it's like, come on, I got dirt on you. So what's up? So again, Tariq is just, oh my God, I'm telling you, yo, Tariq ain't winning. When I tell you, when I said in my video that Tariq has only been surviving this entire series, he's been surviving. He had like maybe 1 or 2 victories here and there, but all the boy has been doing was surviving. He hasn't been winning for nothing. Absolutely nothing. So it's like now he's stuck with Carter and trying to figure out maybe what to do with him. And I think he's going to probably maybe negotiate he could kill him, but I think he might negotiate with him to see what he can probably do. But I don't know, or maybe you know what? It probably might be with the whole tape. But then again, Carter's gonna be like, that's his only, leverage on Tariq. So I don't know what they're gonna do there, but that's gonna be quite interesting. And then we got to see Noma's brother. Let me see if I'm saying this right. Chinadu, I think that's his name. Chinadu. We got to see her brother, so I'm like, okay, because I thought he probably would have been lip service, but I'm like, okay, cool. So we got to see her brother, and they all, talking in the beginning about, getting married, and it was funny in the beginning because it's like they was all bringing up each other's dirt, where Monet was bringing up like, yeah, we had the same lover, and his name was Dante Spears Mecca. And then Anya just like listening to all this because again, it's awkward. It's really awkward to just be there and to know that again, there's a lot of dirt, there's a lot of secrets, and basically Monet killed Mecca, right? And it's like Monet and Noma's trying to like, well, we family, but then as I said before, she did that whole ploy and telling Monet like, oh yeah, go to Staten Island because the plan was to have, I guess, the Russians take out Tariq and Monet, right? So that way, I guess she can have Kane to herself, but it didn't go down the way it intended to. So I'm like, ooh, this is good. This is really good because it's like Kane gets tied up because oh my god, Nova basically axes him because they was dancing because they got married, everybody was there, and then we got to see Little Dirk. Like he was the cousin, so I was like, oh, okay. So we got he hit his little cameo. So like, all right, and then they have to dance. They dancing with each other, and she's like, oh, I need you to choose between me or Monet. And Kane's like, what you talking about? And then you see like her guards taking away Kane's cousins, taking away Diane and Drew, and it's like, okay, what's going on? So he's just like, nah, what's going on? And then that's when she has him in the basement. She's like, you would never be your man if you listening to Monet. You would be technically weak and you be this and that or whatever. And he's like, nah, she's my mom. And then I for a split second, I really thought that Noma was gonna shoot Kane right there. I really thought so, because I was thinking that maybe Monet didn't get her way in, but she was listening to the conversation, what was going on. Frankly, I thought that Monet was gonna actually survive, but again, Noma had too much manpower. She had too much, and it was just only Monet, and again, Drew and Diana, they didn't really get there on time. If they did, things would have been a little bit different, but it was just her. So it only made it was perfect, and it made sense because it's like when Kane was explaining his story about how he had a little bit of his childhood and how he had to grow up, and basically Monet was there for him, and it was tough, and I sort of like that, and it made sense because the woman that was always tough for him and the person that he constantly like bickered with, ultimately, like again, that was his mom, and he was ultimately a mama's boy, and he loved his mom over his dad, over Lorenzo Tejada. So it was just okay. But then to see that and him just breaking down like, ma, please, nah, don't do this, nah. And then it's like it was sort of justified at the end because technically Monet killed Dante, killed Mecca. So it was only fair that Noma and Chinadu kill Monet, even though it didn't really matter, it had anything to do with Mecca, but technically so, because again, she was gonna marry Mecca and she would have had her business quicker rather than marrying Kane. But now, since that whole plan is in the fucking ground because she kills Monet in front of Kane, so it's up. It's all revenge. It's all revenge. Kane is going on a war path. He ain't gonna give no fucks. He's gonna be like, yo, where's Noma? Where's she at? She gotta go. I gotta kill. She's getting murked. That's it. It's a rap finito. It's over. Where's she at? I'm like, yo, that was good. Now that's what I'm talking about. That was good. That was real good. She went out. She did the Canaan way. Because she was like, you better save your son. She was just like, fuck it. Gotta go out there. And she did what she could. And man, I would have wanted her to like maybe shoot also like Chinadu, like maybe she would have got a shot on him too. But again, brother and sister, you know what? I kind of saw it like the irony of it just a little bit. How when in Raising Kanan, how it was Rock and Lulu and they killed Cartier in the elevator. I don't know. It felt a little reminiscent to me, just that part of it. And I was just like, oh, yo, oh my god, because now the stakes is high. The stakes is high because now you have Carter. He's tied up, right? Nico's still rolling around somewhere, but eventually he's gonna be like, yo, I haven't heard for Carter for like a while. He's gonna start searching, right? Tariq is gonna be stuck with a decision on what do you do with Carter. Like, what can you possibly do? And I don't know. I feel like another betrayal could probably happen because he might maybe give him a choice on what to do. He might even enlighten him on some news. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Cause cause now I'm thinking, I'm like, what if he tells him like, if you do this one last job, right? If you get rid of, the opposition, then I'll let you go for free. Oh my god, yo, it's gonna be crazy. Cause I'm like, oh my god, what to do? I mean, then you got Effie. She's got accepted to Stanford, so she told Kane she's gonna go to California for like a little bit, and then she had her time with Kane. And then Davis had his time with Noma. It kind of surprised me a little bit when Davis killed Noma's guard or one of her guards. Because I was like, wait a minute. I always thought that Davis was sort of a murderer. Because remember how they was alluding to, I think in season 3, I guess Davis did something and then his brother took the rap for him. So I'm like, oh, I'm thinking maybe Davis killed the guy or he did something because his brother Theo was always telling him, he said, listen, I will do anything to protect you. And then he was like, well, I'll do anything to get you out of here. So I'm like, okay, so I thought Davis probably killed the guy because he was all surprised and shocked. So I'm like, wait a minute, he's shocked and surprised. Wait, I thought he murdered the guy. Oh, so Davis never killed anybody. Oh, that's what kind of like caught me right there because I'm like, wait, I thought he actually took out a person, but I guess he did not. So I'm like, okay, and you see him like dragging the body, but it does put his I guess loyalty into question because now since everything happened, I wonder will Noma probably come after him next because I mean you would assume that one of her men. Well, no, I forgot because only Monet and Kane and not Kane. Oh my god, Monet and Drew and Diana basically killed all her guards. So I don't know where that actually leaves Davis. I mean, if you think about it, Davis technically sorta is in the middle. So I'm kind of wondering what they're gonna do with Davis. And he's just completely stuck right now. So I'm like, oh my god. Yo, when I tell you this was good. Yo, episode 10 better be. You know what y'all know what I'm talking about. That episode 10 better be good, really good. Like cause this was good. She went out the Kanan way. I was like, oh man, she went out the Kanan way. But yeah, Kane is definitely gonna be looking for revenge. He definitely is gonna be. Now the crazy thing is too with Janice. Ooh, how this is gonna take because I wasn't expecting Janice to return. I was like, she was just only there for Monet's recovery. I did not expect her to return. I was just like, oh. But then she was like, oh, I'm here for like Kane's wedding. I'm like, what you doing here? Now to know that Monet is dead. So it's like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. Oh my god, this is gonna be crazy. But when I tell y'all, man, just let me know in the comment section down below because what you guys thought of this whole entire episode, what you guys think, and also too, lastly, Brayden is still he's still sniffing coke, so he definitely is, I guess, going to be sort of going down the Tommy route. I mean, he's already sort of becoming him, but not fully though. But it's like he's snorting coke, and I'm like, I wonder what's going to get him off of the stuff to be straighten him up a bit because he's like, nah, Tariq don't need to know anything, and I'm like, I don't know what we're gonna do about this kid. But drop your comments and your thoughts. What you think? What you guys thought of this episode, man? Stop playing with me. What you guys thought? Because this episode was. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm now. Also too. Drop your comment down below. How many of y'all was actually like a fan of Monet's, right? How did y'all was y'all really messing with Monet like that, or was y'all just like eh? Because again, I like this. I keep saying it, like she went out the Kane way. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like this was good. This was really good. But Carter and Noma, episode 10 is about to be lit. But like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I catch you all in the next one.